Hi, this is Gio Andollo with my very first video Uptown music lesson. Of course, there's about a million topics I could cover with this first lesson, but I want to start with something very, very basic, which applies across the board no matter what instrument you play, and is basically the cornerstone of music theory in the Western music tradition. As distinct from other music traditions such as East and South Asian, Middle Eastern, Indonesian, African, and so on, I've studied the Western musical tradition, theory, history, and instruments for over 20 years, almost exclusively, for better or for worse, so that is what I'll be teaching in these lessons. And that something is chords. This, not this. This is a cable. So what's happening here? I'm playing 3 or more notes at one time. That's what a chord is. But it's not just any 3 notes. There's a certain logic to which notes I play. So let's start with the most basic of chords, C major, which is the tonic or 1 chord when we're playing in the key of C. Subject for another video. It's actually much easier to demonstrate how this works on the piano, so I'll show you here. I'm going to start with the root of the C major chord, which is C, like the letter, or Do if you're using solfege. On the piano, you'd find this note on the left of any 2 black keys. Here, 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 and so on. This note, C, is called the root of the chord. It's also the first degree of the C major scale, which is basically just the white keys on the keyboard from one C to the next. So for this lesson, we'll call this note 1. Now, I'm going to skip the next key, D, and play E. Here's C and E. 1 and 3. Now I'm skipping this next note, F, and I'm playing G. C, E, G, or 1, 3, 5. These are the 3 notes of my C major chord. So as long as I'm playing some combination of these 3 notes, I'm playing a C major chord. Now, my guitar players out there might already know how to play an open C chord. For many beginners, that is the first chord you learn. And if you haven't yet, then don't worry, we will. But notice that I'm strumming 5 strings. But how many notes am I actually playing? C, E, G, C again, and E again. So even though I'm strumming 5 strings, I'm still only playing C, E, and G. With piano or other keyboard instruments, you can play even more pitches. But so long as you're only playing C, E, or G, you're still only playing a C major chord. If I stagger them like this, or this, that's called an arpeggio. And playing arpeggios is the only way that instruments like brass and woodwinds can play chords, since they are monophonic, meaning they can only play 1 note at a time. Here I'm playing the notes of the C major chord on a B-flat clarinet, which for reasons outside of the scope of this particular video actually sound different than the notes we were playing before. Again, a subject for another video. The last instrument we'll look at today is very small, relatively inexpensive, and perhaps the most approachable of tonal instruments, the diatonic harmonica. This one is actually in the key of C, which means that it will only play notes that are in the key of C, or the notes that correspond to the white keys on the keyboard. This is true whether I exhale or blow on the harmonica, or inhale, draw on the harmonica. But the harmonica is actually tuned in such a way that no matter where I blow on it, I'll be playing notes in my C major scale. When I blow on hole 1, it's C. Hole 2 is E. 3-hole blow is G. And hole 4 is C again, and the pattern repeats. C, E, G, C, E, G, C, E, G, and C again. And if I put my mouth over 3 or more holes, I'll actually be playing the 3 notes of my chord, and voila! C major. So I hope this helps you understand what a basic chord is, at least the most basic of chords, C major, and how different instruments play them. Stay tuned for lots more videos on this and about a million other topics. Peace.